Take this on. Yes, hi, I'm Fred. I'm going to start with an apology because whenever I get near a mic, my voice becomes even posher than it normally is. I've been thinking about this a lot. It always surprises me, but I mean, it's weird because when you are quite posh and privileged, your parents do everything when you're growing up to keep that privilege hidden, right? So you go to private school, you have private healthcare, you have private banking, but then at the end of it all, they're like, here is your incredibly private voice. No one will know. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm quite posh, and I'm also quite gay, which I found out remarkably through my bank manager in an incredibly posh move. Because a few years ago, I woke up. When you are posh, you get a private bank account given to you by the Queen, and they are staffed exclusively by middle-aged white men called Jerry. And I was once called up very hungover on a very hungover Sunday morning from Jerry, and he goes, "Hello, Freddie." And I said, "Hello, Jerry." And he goes, "Look, a bit of a sticky wicket. We've got fraud on your card from last Saturday, and I want to go through all the transactions from last night to find out when the fraud started and when your transactions ended." And I thought, that's a fantastic idea. He goes, "Excellent. Last night at 8:30 p.m, you spent £64 in gay." And I thought to myself, fucking hell, I know what that is. You then spent a further £86 with the Admiral Duncan, possibly a client of the bank. And I thought to myself, fuck, yeah, that was me. You then spent £2,000 in Canberra, Australia, before spending a further £86 on Rick's Rickshaw. And I thought to myself, fuck, I wasn't in Australia last night. I must be gay. But the good news is about being posh and gay is that you can go abroad to do it, which is exactly what I did. You don't bother granny and grandpa of any of that stuff. Just go abroad, Southern Europe preferably, where everyone's pretty gay anyway, and you can be as gay as you like. And that's actually what I did. I went to live in Paris after uni, and which was wonderful. And I had sex with a guy for the first time, and I loved it. Although I couldn't stop thinking about basically back to my school days, where just the word gay was ubiquitous slang for shit, right? Everything bad was gay. Like your parents were gay, maths was gay, the weather was gay. Wind forward 15 years to Paris, and I'm lying there, and there's a guy's penis in me, and all I can think is, this is pretty fucking gay. But yeah, I should have known really at school because I learned to play the bagpipes. If there isn't a louder, gayer cry for help than the bagpipes, I don't really know what is. And if you think about it, you are basically blowing one end, fingering the other, and there's a large sack in the middle. So I sort of should have realised then. I also lived in Paris actually before, after uni. I also lived after school in Paris. I was sent there by my grandmother and forced to learn French. She sent me there because she had paid my school fees and she felt that was kind of the perfect revenge. So I went to live out there. She's an extraordinary woman, my grandmother. She had two major hobbies. First was kleptomania, and the second was killing animals. And I'm trying to think about it really. It's extraordinary her kleptomania. She stole even though she didn't need to steal, and she lived in a fucking enormous castle. And she was kind of like a shit Robin Hood. She stole from the rich to give to the rich, which is a remarkable achievement. And she once nicked a fur coat, and she stole it within her own fur coat. She sort of tried to walk out the airport, and they stopped her, and they were like, "That's not sort of wild Yeti of Prada," and they kind of took her back in, and she was never allowed back into Spain. It's remarkable, really. But she then also in terms of shooting, the major animals she liked to shoot were dove. Which is lovely. She shot millions of dove over her time, sort of the messenger of peace. And she didn't really have any peaceful message to give anybody, really. And during the last few years of her life, when she kind of got more frail, too frail to shoot, too frail to steal, her only real aim was to outlive David Attenborough, who she thought was a complete prick. And her final sort of cryptic last words to me were, just before she died, there were two things. Firstly was, keep the South Americans off the lawn, which I'll never understand. I'm hoping that was some kind of crypto thing that, one day it's just not normal standard racism, it's something else. And then the second thing was, fuck Attenborough. And those are the two final lines. Anyway, thanks very much. That's me.
Fred Dent, everybody! Yes, I had buy him a drink. Do you want to buy him a drink? We will buy Fred Dent a drink.